Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and today we're going to take a look at the new Essentials line from Erin Condren. What we have here is a new line of accessories that are designed to go with any sort of planning style. They're calling this line Essentials, and it's heavy on accessories. I have writing tools, and we're just going to dig into each one. First up is this washi tape dispenser, which is stackable. I have one of them, but you can see there are grooves on the top where you can get multiples of these and stack them, and they should stay secure because they fit together with these little grooves. And I've played around with this to figure out how to use it. All you do is take the larger end here of this kind of post in the middle and turn it until the smaller end is released, and it will go through both sides, okay? This is what you're going to put your rolls of washi tape on. So you'll want to have one end through the holder, and then if you want to, you can take this whole stack and just put it down in here and then slide the post through. And then when you get to this side, you will just line it up so it fits through and then turn it to lock it in place. Okay, now you just pull the washi tape over the cutter here. And after you have them all on, it is just a matter of, like with any tape dispenser, pulling, and then you get this sort of pinking shears look where the cut is jagged. But I played around with this and realized that you have two options for the style of cut. You can actually take this blue thing and push it to the side like that, and it will snap out. And you can see that you have a less jagged side on this end and the more jagged there. So you could just turn it upside down if you prefer that look. You pop it into the holes and then snap it into place by pushing it back to the left. So if you compare the way the end of this tape looks with a new cut, that is the difference. Much less noticeable. But I think this look is kind of nice for bullet journaling. Some people's aesthetic. I might be in the mood sometimes for this more jagged cut and other times for this more invisible cut. If you look at the profile, you can tell that this would hold much larger rolls of washi tape. So if you have some that are thicker than these, I think you're going to be safe, and you could stack them to your heart's content. Now let's look at the new acrylic productivity timer. You have 3 different times here. There's 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minutes. They're labeled on both ends, so that's handy because you're sometimes half of the time going to have it one way, half of the time going to have it another. The way this works is you have different amounts of sand in each one. So this one will take 1 minute for all of the sand to go through to the bottom chamber, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes. They're different colors too. So if you just kind of memorize that the green one is the 5-minute one, I do lots of 5-minute little task challenges throughout the day, and this would be very helpful for that. If you don't want to use your phone timer, I'm probably not going to carry this around the house with me to do 5-minute tasks, but at my desk, this would be really, really neat. It would also be neat in piano lessons. I'm a piano teacher, so if I want a student to practice a certain passage for a minute, I could ask them to practice that until this sand goes all the way through the hourglass, even though it's a minute glass. If I wanted them to practice something for 3 minutes, I could use the middle section, and 5 minutes would be the green. This is heavy, it's acrylic, it feels good. It's nice and solid, but it's not too big. This is plastic, it's lighter weight, and they coordinate well. Plastic and acrylic look pretty interchangeable because they're clear, and they would both look nice with any sort of decor on your desk. But generally speaking, acrylic is a nicer material. I just think this is really pretty. Even if you're not going to use it, actually, it just looks nice as a desk accessory. Here's the Essentials Acrylic Ruler. It is a 12-inch ruler, and it has a color blend sort of look to it, and it's very pretty. It's kind of like peach on this side, pink or wisteria on the other side. And you have inches and centimeters on here. 12 inches and 30 centimeters. And it is nice, but not as bulky as the previous 12-inch ruler. We've actually had these two other rulers from Erin Condren. This one is thicker. So if you take a look here, the profile on it is visibly different. The new Essentials one is thinner, but it's still substantial. It's also not as long. This was more of a 13-inch ruler, and this is a 12-inch ruler. Likewise, this ruler that we had from Erin Condren is like a square shape all the way around. It is a little bit shorter than this ruler and a little bit longer than the new Essentials ruler. And one thing that I like about this thinner profile is that it will be easier to use all sorts of pens to make a straight edge. Sometimes when you have a high profile ruler and you have a certain type of nib on your pen, it doesn't go flush with the ruler very easily just because of how tall the ruler is. So this one's not as tall. Of course, it's way taller than the metal rulers. So if you really need something that has a low profile, you would want the metal ruler. But here is a comparison between this Erin Condren metal ruler and the new Essentials acrylic ruler. So a handy accessory for any desk. Their new scissors look like this. These are heavier and larger than the previous Erin Condren scissors. They're all metal. There's no plastic or acrylic. It's just all metal. And I don't know if there will be other color options, but this one is like a pale purple and a darker purple. And the metal is gold. It says Erin Condren here on the side, and they feel really good. If you want to see a comparison, this is the ombre acrylic handled scissors that they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. And this is the gold scissors that may have been in the focused line. So this is a size comparison for you. This will be great for cutting larger things and for gift wrap. I use these when I am cutting gift wrap all the time. They work fine, but sometimes for a large cutting application, you might want to have a larger pair of scissors. I really like these. I like that they're metal and that they feel like the weight is distributed evenly. With these, the weight, I mean, they are comfortable, but there's no denying that the metal part is a little bit heavier than the acrylic handled part. So I don't know if that matters to you. I don't know how these would work as lefty scissors. I have no idea. I mean, this is my left hand, but I'm not a lefty, so I don't really know how this would work. No problem at all. I'll try with my left hand. Okay, that worked. They're definitely heavier than either one of these previous pair of scissors. This one was heavier than that one because it's all metal, but this is just by virtue of its size heavier than this one. Brand new product here. This is a Washi Tape Fan. So it has a little plastic cover and you can literally fan out the colors. I've tested a few of the pieces there. These are exactly 1.5 inch wide, so they will fit in your vertical planner perfectly. They will fit in your hourly planner, and pretty much any size fits in your horizontal planner or your daily duo. So those would work really just with every planner. These are all of the colors that you get. So we're covering a really wide range, like the full spectrum here, pretty much, of the rainbow. And each one that peels off is washi tape. It's not a sticker. It is sticky, but it is washi tape. So it's thinner and it's a little bit transparent. So if you were to write something with a dark pen and you would put this on top of it, you would be able to see it. And if you want to write on the surface, if you use any sort of permanent pen, it will work well. It's a little bit waxy like most washi tape, so it won't work with a gel pen. That would smear. But if you use a permanent pen, you could write on it. So you could just add pops of color to your planning, or you can actually use these as event labels. And if you're one of those people who likes to take your planner on the go when you're going to work or going on a trip, this is a great way to have all sorts of colors of washi tape without the bulk of all the rolls of washi tape. So you could just put this in the pocket, in the back of your life planner, or put this in your planner tote, and you're good to go with lots of different washi tape colors. Here are a few new Post-it note or sticky note options for us. I shouldn't say Post-it because I don't think these are Post-it brand, but this one is a snap-in universal size, meaning it will fit your A5 planner or your 7x9 planner, or really any coiled Erin Condren notebook, and they're all tabbed. The first one says important, the next one's blank, and this one says noted. These two are lined and they have an asterisk accent. This one is not lined and a little bit smaller than these two. So this is practical. I'm going to estimate 20 to 25 of each one. So this is a great way to temporarily mark a page. It's not a durable tab, but if you want to just mark the current week in your planner or the current page in your notebook, this is a perfect alternative for that. And the snap-in backing on it serves as a straight edge. It's not a ruler, of course, but it is a nice straight edge, so you have kind of two-in-one functionality. Then here is a set of tabbed sticky notes where the tab is on the top. This one says today, this one says important, and this one says goals. So they all have a different look. This is just a checklist. This has boxes for top priority and for later. And this one has my goal at the top and action steps at the bottom in checklist format. 3 different functionalities with these, and the tabs are in a different place, so you could theoretically use all 3 on one page if you wanted to, or not. It just makes it easy to see what these tabs say when you have them stacked like this. And I would say that these have about the same amount, 20 to 25 per pad. They are not attached to each other. It's just a set of 3 pads. I think the colors are great and they would work with lots of different planner styles. These are a little bit more bold. These are a little bit more neutral, but actually they work together well, I think. Here's a new Planty Pack, and they're calling this the Essentials Planty Pack, Ultimate Planty Pack. And it has the same elastic strap that's substantial, just like in the other Planty Packs. It really looks like there's no structural difference to it. It's just a different color scheme. Inside you have 2 pockets and then just a large area for storage. It opens on 2 sides, which makes it a little bit easier to add and remove things. It makes a great band to hold your planner closed. If you just wrap this around the whole book, it works with A5 books and also 7x9 books. There's a pocket on the front that has sort of a felt texture to it, so it's soft. I put pens in here. You can tuck things like this washi tape in here. You could put all kinds of stuff in here. I mostly store pens and planning accessories like scissors and tweezers and stuff like that. Whatever you want to store in here, it's totally fine. These have so many uses, not just for planning, just for storage and sorting your items in general. It's just a great organizational item. And because it's color blends like this, they don't really call it color blends. That's my term for it, but it's kind of an ombre look. And the hardware is gold, and I just think it's a nice new Planty Pack in the Essentials line. I've got 3 sets of writing tools here that are new. These 2 are from the Essentials line. There are colorful Essentials gel pens in a 10-pack and fine tip highlighters in a 10-pack. This is a new type of marker. It doesn't say Essentials on it, but it's a double line marker. So we're going to do a quick pen test on all 3 of these. The fine tip highlighter colors look like this. They are fine tips, so you can see that my writing is larger than the highlighting width. It's a nice set of 10 colors. All of the colors are written on the barrels of the pen right under the lid, and I'm not sure if I would have called certain colors certain things. For example, I don't think I would have called this one lilac, but that's what they're calling it. But this is what the colors look like. You can call them what you want to call them. The 10 colors in the Essential Gel Pen set look like this. I am more crazy about the colors on the bottom half than on the top half. The navy, the lagoon, and the green, and the purple are probably my favorites. The red, hot pink, and peony are not much different from each other. I don't think I would have called this one hot pink. The red has sort of a brown tint to it. They are all nice colors. I think these would be great for fall. And they're kind of milky in their effect too. So I don't know if you know the difference, and I'm not an expert on it, but some gel pens say that they're like milk gel pens, milk ink, something like that. And these have that look in my opinion. But the best thing about them is how large the color name is written on the barrel. You can clearly see it. Plus the barrel itself is transparent. So you can see the ink through there. You can see how much ink you have left. I think this is really a neat thing that they've been doing, writing the colors or printing the colors on the barrel of the pens. Very helpful. So here are the highlighters. Here are the gel pens. They have a slender profile to them. You can fit lots of them in a cup, more so than like some of the other gel pens that are a fatter profile, fatter barrel. The double line marker pens are new. They don't say they're from the Essentials collection, but they are new, and you get a set of 6, and each one is clearly labeled with what colors are in them because there are 2 colors in each pen. So this one is dusk and navy. There's one that's yellow and orange, pine and red, all of these different combinations. So pine and red, orange and yellow, green and Pacific, navy and dusk, purple and peony, or peony, depending on how you say it, black and orchid. I have a suggestion for you because with one of the tips, the one that's dusk and navy, it's very hard to tell when you look which side is which. So 2 things you can do. Hold it down against a white background. I can see more clearly now that this side is dusk, this side is navy. But once you figure that out, either by doing this or testing it with writing, I suggest taking a Sharpie and initialing the first letter of the color with the tip that it goes with, and that way you're going to save yourself some time if you happen to be using it in a room that's not very well lit. I suggest that you do it all the way up here because you might hold your pen here and you don't want to start rubbing that letter off. With the red and pine one, I think it's very easy to tell which color is which just by looking, not even having to put it right up against a white background. But still, I would just go ahead and initial. I've got R for red, P for pine. And that way you save yourself some time and a possible mistake later on. And that leaves one more thing that I have to show you. It's this pretty new metallic softbound journal, and it has a new layout inside that I haven't seen before. I'll get the name of this pattern for you, but it is up on the website as of February 14th. And it's EC Insiders Week, by the way. So insiders will get to shop these new items today, but the general public, non-insiders, can start purchasing them tomorrow on the 15th. It says take note, and then look at this new layout. So on the left side, it's notes for about this much here, almost 2/3, I guess. And then it's a checklist at the bottom with lines all the way across and a divider line in between. On the right side, it's a modification of the previous productivity layout. So you still have a checklist, but the check dots are on every line instead of every other line. And then about 1/3 of the way down, you get a plain shaded block for anything you want to use it for. Looks like it would fit a full box sticker really well. Each page has a shaded header. This is all lines on the left side. So this is a new layout that I can see really being a great sort of on-the-go task manager. So if you have a planner that outlines your schedule for the week, you could use this as a daily mission control center. You could put your shopping list over here. You could put some major tasks or projects that you're working on here. You could write your gratitude over here, write out some notes or a schedule here, a grateful thought, something that happened that you want to remember, or a quote, a scripture. It's a neat layout. The entire book has that same layout, no color, it's all just grayscale shading. And there's a satin bookmark right here. For some reason, my bookmark was really long this time. I've never seen one that long, so I did trim it with the new scissors on an angle, so hopefully it won't unravel. My bookmark was way out to here. Normally they're not, so I just trimmed it to be where I wanted it. But I think the bookmark is a nice feature in the softbound journals. And it just feels good. It's kind of a rubbery, smooth texture, and I just like the subtle metallic shimmer here of the design. It looks really nice with this new Planty Pack too. You could actually use them together as your on-the-go planning system, or even as a wallet, I suppose. You could put your phone and some money and some identification, credit cards, whatever you have inside, some writing tools, and you could have this on the go with you. You don't have to put the strap all the way around. You could put it just on the cover. So if you want to be able to open this up and use it without removing the Planty Pack, you really could do that. They're almost identical in size. Or you could take this whole ensemble and tuck it in your work bag or your purse. It's not very large. And that's everything that I was sent to review. So I want to thank the Erin Condren team for allowing me to check these out before they hit the website. Again, today is the 14th. And so EC Insiders, which is free to be an insider, by the way, can shop these products now. General public can shop tomorrow on February 15th. I do have affiliate links in the video description. If you're brand new to Erin Condren, there's a $10 off referral link that you can use to sign up for a new account and then use $10 off on anything you want when you check out with your first purchase. So if you have any questions about any features that I didn't cover yet, please let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to get an answer for you. And I hope you enjoyed the tour of the new Essentials line. I think it's going to be a big hit if they continue along this vein. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.